Hi everybody, I'm Greg Potter. I'm the Community Gardens Coordinator here at the Civic Garden Center. It's 2020, it's time to grow your own food in containers. Today we're going to talk about growing vegetables and herbs in containers. More specifically, we're going to talk about the 4 key elements involved with that. Number 1, the container. This decision determines so much of what follows. How big does it need to be? I would recommend you choose the largest size that you can manage. This will allow you to have the most flexibility in the plants that you choose to grow. And what do I mean by manage? Well, consider that if you need to move it for any reason, how heavy is it going to be? Obviously, a container this size, full of heavy, wet soil, is going to be a lot different in terms of weight than a container of this size. Does your container have drainage? No, it won't work. It's got to have a way for water to pass through. Otherwise, your plants will drown. The roots for your plants need air as well as water. And if the container doesn't have a way to drain, it will fill completely up with water and there'll be no room for air. Number 2, the soil. You do not want to use topsoil from your yard. It's got a lot of heavy clay content and it's going to compact down in your containers. It's best to use a soilless potting mix. If you're new to container gardening or new to gardening in general, I actually recommend you purchase a potting mix, not a seed starting mix, a potting mix, rather than try to go online and find a recipe and mix it up yourself. This kind of material is a lot less likely to compact down in those containers, and you won't be bringing in plant diseases that might be in the soil that's in your yard. Your goal is to have it to be a well-draining media, provide stability for the plant to stand up, and deliver the nutrients and water the plants need in slow, even doses. So number 3, the plant. There are some varieties of vegetables that are more suited for a container garden than others. All of your lettuces and greens, your radishes, your beets, your carrots, your cabbages, those all work well. One other thing to consider is you don't have to necessarily grow just one plant per container. You can grow more than one, but you need to be mindful of both the size of the container and the size of the grown plant. Take a look at the plant label, take a look at the back of the seed package, see how tall and wide that plant is going to be, and match it to the appropriate container. And number 4, amendments, including the water. So remember when I said that you want well-draining soil or media? Well, that's also going to mean that you're going to need to water more often. If you want to grow in a container, that's just a fact of life. The water runs through your soil more quickly, and your plant and your containers heat up a lot faster, which leads to more evaporation. You're going to have to water more frequently. Feeding your plants. Feeding your plants should be done with a slow-release fertilizer that's balanced, and you should also realize that because water is moving through your container, it's going to be pulling some of those nutrients out with it. So you may have to feed more frequently. As a general rule, you're going to be wanting to pay attention every couple of weeks to that. But you want to look on the back of your individual container what you're using to get the specific recommendations. Containers can be a very rewarding way to grow your own herbs and vegetables, so try it out. There's nothing more rewarding than stepping onto your own back porch to harvest some lettuce for tonight's salad, or to reach up onto your kitchen windowsill and snip off some rosemary for a recipe that you just found.